What's up guys, and welcome back to another video from me. What I thought to do today is finally do the review of F1 2016. It's been out for about 1 or 2 weeks now, and I thought it was about time that I did it. I didn't want to do a review straight away before I released any gameplay footage, because often the gameplay footage itself speaks volumes about how the game plays, and I wanted to be able to give myself some seat time in the game to be able to give a better review. But what I'm going to do now is, and for the purpose of this video, is to go over the main aspects of the game and what it's like, and then finally give it an overall review at the very end. Before I go any further, I will mention that I was gifted a copy of this game from Codemasters for the PC to play. It wasn't a paid review or anything like that. The review I'm giving is my personal opinion. I wasn't paid or given a copy of the game to give it a good review. The review will be what the review will be. But I just want to mention that out there, because I've put it out on Twitter that I've been given a game, and some of the people I know I've been given a game. So I don't want people to think that I'm just giving a positive review of the game when it's not a positive game, although it is. It's really good. So we'll start off with career mode, or we'll start off in the main menu. So we've got career, we've got championship season, we've got quick race, we've got multiplayer, time trial, career, and more background. So we've got a few options here. Career wise, you have the option of a normal career or a pro career. We'll come back to the pro career in a minute, because it actually shows you the customizations options you can have for the driver, and how you can set up the driver to be how you want. I won't go into career because I've already got a season set up, but if you just click into it, you can kind of see the rough idea. So I'm on round 3 of season 1. I'm currently 7th in the drivers championship in the McLaren, believe it or not. You can see on the right there we've got the current rival resource points, which is something I'll come to again in a little while. Our current score is just generally how well you're doing as a driver. Our season objective, which is finishing the top 10. Driver position, so this is our driver position within the team. So obviously the further to the right that is, the better our position within the team is. For the 2 races I've already done, Alonso usually beats me in qualifying, and I usually stomp him in the race. So it's kind of even itself out. We're currently the 2nd driver, and we're on Shanghai International Circuit for our next race. And then it just tells you how the race is set up. So I've been winning 100% race, short qualifying, and medium practice sessions. But I'm not going to continue that or do anything else with that, because that will ruin where I am with that. But I will show you briefly the pro career. So we can create our own profile. So avatar wise, these are the default faces that you can do. You can't customize these any further, but you could pick basically whichever one you wanted. There should be hopefully something in there for everybody. So for the purpose of that, we'll just pick that. Helmets, again, you can pick a variety of helmets. If it comes with a career booster pack, you do get these ones, which actually give you a bit of extra XP when you're racing. And the one I'm currently winning in my career is the gold one, or one of the gold ones, or maybe it's that gold one, I can't remember. But these stock ones, if you select them, you can actually change the colours of certain things as well. Although I don't know what that's changing, because it doesn't seem to be changing much at all. We'll scroll across to detail 1. So is that going to change anything? I'm a little bit confused about what that has done. Maybe it's detail 2 that edits. Right, that. So you can't change the base colour unless I'm looking at the fact that it's I've got the base of the helmet will be white. Lumens. Yeah, it doesn't. So it appears like all the helmets aren't actually that customizable. So look at this one. Does this one change much? Not a great deal. Right, so you can customise certain aspects of the helmet, not all of them. These career booster ones you can't customise at all. So we'll just pick that one for the purpose of this. Leave it red. Nationality, again, you can pick wherever in the world you're from. If you haven't got a flag to cover you, you can go other. But we will go, we've got British or we've got English, so we'll go English. Car number, again, you can choose whichever car number you want, all the way up to 99. Pick 75, put your name in. So we'll just put anything in for now. Last name. There we go. An abbreviated name. We've got three letters you can use for this. So we'll call ourselves Bob. So that is it registered. And then you get to choose which team you want. So depending which team you goes with has the different team expectations. So if the likes of AMG, Mercedes, Ferrari, Williams and Red Bull, you have to win the championship in 1 to 2 seasons. For Forza India, Toro Rosso, McLaren and Haas, you have 2 to 4 seasons. And then for Renault, Sauber and Manor, you have 4 or more seasons to win the championship. So obviously these cars at the top are the better, faster ones. They're kind of middle of the road, and these ones are the lower ones. So you have a bit more time to develop your car and build it up, so it gives you a bit more time to actually race it. So we'll pick AMG. Again, you can choose who you want your teammate to be. So we'll pick Hamilton, and then you start your career and you get things underway. We're not going to actually do that because I don't want to start it. It takes a while to load up. So championship season, compete against the giants of Formula 1 to become world champion. Again, it's rather than the career mode, it's just a full season. I think I haven't actually tried this mode yet because I've been concentrating on the career mode, which is something they've added back in since 2015. So you've got full weekend, short weekend, custom weekend. Again, the difficulties, you've got very easy, medium, hard, expert, legend, ultimate. So there's a lot of extra difficulties in there. I'm currently running at expert, mainly because I don't know the tracks that well, but I think once I learn the tracks I'll probably go up to legend. Ultimate, I'll just get killed on that straight away. So you've got 2 different versions. You've got the career mode with 2 different versions of career, pro or normal career, and then championship season. You've got all the options, so you can set it up however you want. So that's a good point, because in 2015 it was just one game mode that was literally played all the way through. So you've got a lot more options. The difference between these is I think there are 100% races and full-on qualifying sessions and practice sessions and stuff like that. So if I'm wrong, put it in the comment section below. Again, I haven't tried pro career mode, and I'm doing a review on the game. That bits of it I haven't played, but again, just for the overall feel of the game itself, I didn't want to go through absolutely everything, otherwise the review would take ages to come out. So quick race, again, all the tracks you got in the game: Australia, Bahrain, China, Russia, Spain, Monaco, Canada. I won't list them all, but all the official tracks are in there. Multiplayer, again, I haven't tried multiplayer, mainly because it's going to be pretty much the same as any other multiplayer public race, where there will be lots of accidents, and it's been the same in every other F1 game and every other racing game ever made. There's always loads of accidents in lobby, in public lobbies. Time trial, just basically hot lapping, and then it takes us back to career mode. So what I'll do is I'll load my career up, because I'm not going to actually do any of it, but it'll be good to show you the options that are within there. So this is where you can set the race distance and everything. So it's 100%, doing short qualifying, weekend tyre allocation. Give you suggested tyres. So again, you've got medium, soft, super softs, hards, ultra softs, intermediates, wets. All the tyre compounds are in there. We'll just scroll across. Preferences, you can set race settings, which include driver level, flashbacks, part firmware rules, all the other stuff that's in there as well that you would expect to be in an F1 game. And then on to weather. So we've got it on dynamic and official start time, so it matches the exact season, but you can set that up however you want in some of the other options. So we'll wait for this to load up now while it boots, and then we'll see where it takes us to. It should take us to our laptop. So the laptop is, there's a number of people that meet you during this course of your season as well. You've got to pick engineering, you've got your, not HR, but there's like sponsorship woman who comes and tells you what your objectives are and stuff like that. And then when we look at our laptop, you can see we've got a number of things in here. So we've got competitor updates, two competitor updates, tyre updates, weather forecasts. Again, all the stuff under for your personal details on the right. How are you doing against your rival? So you can see we're doing slightly better than Alonso. You then have the option for research and development. Now how you earn these points is during the practice sessions for the game. So where before in a lot of other games practice sessions just used to be driving around learning the circuit, you have quite a few new options of things to do, which I'm going to go over in a bit more upgrade shortly. A bit more detail, got upgrades in the mind, a bit more detail shortly when we get to the tutorial section. So I'm just going to find F8 on my keyboard. So again, that just shows you an update of where you are on your progress for your upgrades. Standings, again, pretty self-explanatory. Leaderboards, self-explanatory. Trophy room, so it keeps track of what you've done in each race. 10th and 4th for me for over McLaren. I'm quite happy with that. And then on to tutorials. Right, so some of the new stuff we have in the game. Track acclimatization is one of them. And I'm going to play the replay now so you can see it.
The track acclimatization program, available in free practice sessions, allows you to learn the track whilst earning resource points for the development of your car. On-track markers show the key points through each corner, and the more of these you're able to consistently drive through at an appropriate speed, the higher your score and the more resource points you'll be rewarded with. Try and chain together multiple successful corners for a consistency boost to your score.
So that gives you an idea, and there's tutorials for every single one. So track acclimatization is good for learning new tracks, which shows you where you need to be on track for each of the corners and kind of just gives you an idea. Again, this is great for tracks you haven't driven before because it helps you to learn them. And you also, if you do really well on that, you get more resource points you can spend on upgrading your car. So tyre management is the same again. You can see from that little graphic on the left, you've got red, green and purple, and one just basically gives you a lap time that you have to beat. But you have to try and keep your tyres either in the green or the purple. If you get in the purple, you get more points than you do in the green. You do that 5 or 6 times and it builds your points up, and if you pass the overall goal, you get a lot of resource points to upgrade your car. Again, you can do all that during practice sessions, so there's a few different ones that you can run during practice to 1, learn the track, 2, try and drive smoothly, and then 3, just try and go flat out, which is what the qualifying pace is. So it just gives you target times that you have to beat on, I think it's 3 or 4 different laps, and then you can, if you beat them again, you get more resource points to upgrade your car with. Then we've got DRS in the game, which is, as you all know, is where the wing opens up and lets all the air through so you can gain more speed and rocket past people on the straight. DRS zones are on all the tracks, they're on all the cars, as you would expect. I'm not going to cover too much in DRS because I'm hoping you know what it is already. Multifunctional display is something that's really cool. I will just play this now because I think this is quite interesting.
The multifunction display is a vital tool to give drivers control over their cars and make important information visible during a race. It's possible to cycle through the screens on the MFD to access the settings such as brake bias or the tyres to be fitted at the next pit stop, as well as car condition, component temperatures and race strategy information. When speaking to your engineer through the radio, the MFD is also the place where you'll be able to view and select your available commands.
So again, with that you can actually talk to the race engineer as well, so you press a associated button with it and you can give voice commands to the engineer, and I've done my best Kimi Räikkönen impression and gone, "Shut up Jeff, I know what I'm doing," and he actually shuts up, which is really cool. So I thought it was really awesome that you can just go, "Shut up," and that's it for your pit engineer, and you can get him to talk again, and you get him to updates on the car in front, race updates, tyre updates, loads of stuff, so you don't have to try and figure out which button to press and then scroll while you're trying to race, because that's quite difficult. Again, a new addition for this year is the safety car and also the virtual safety car. So again, while the safety car is out, you physically see it on track, you drive around behind it, you have to maintain a certain speed. Virtual safety car is you get a delta time that you can't exceed, otherwise you get a penalty. So again, it's really good, and I've had a few races of these where these have actually popped up, and it's changed the game an immense amount. And the best thing is when a safety car comes out, you can actually drive your car, not like previous ones where it was AI controlled. You can drive, you can maintain the speed, it's up to you to stay within the lap times limits and everything like that before you get another penalty. So again, that's a really great addition. Pit stops have been in all F1 games, and you can got 2 options for the pit. You can either do a manual pit stop or you can do an automatic pit stop. So an automatic pit stop, as soon as you hit the white line, computer takes over, drives you in, does you at the right speed, takes you out, and then gives you control of the car when you're coming out the pit lane. Manual ones is you have to manage all that yourself, so again you have to slow down, don't get a pit lane speed violation to get a penalty as well. So that element is in there also. Tyre selection rules, so again you've got a vast amount of tyres to use. You have to follow the F1 rules where you have to use both tyre compounds. Again, that's, if anybody watches F1 you'll know what it's all about. Formation lap, again this is something new that's added in. So before the race starts you can actually drive around, you can warm your tyres up, you can warm your brakes up, do some weaving up and down. Don't hit the other cars, otherwise you get penalised and put to the back of the grid, as I made that mistake in my first ever race. But again, that's really, from a realism point of view, that's just a really great addition to the game overall. Race starts, so this is using a manual race start feature, which I'm going to play this one because I think you'll find this quite interesting if you haven't seen it already.
Races aren't won from the start line, but they can be lost, so getting a good start can make an important difference to your Grand Prix. As the lights come on, engage the clutch by holding the gear up button. Then, feed in the throttle to build up the revs. When the lights go out, release the clutch and it's away we go. But be careful not to release the clutch too early, or you may end up jumping the start. If your RPM is too low when you drop the clutch, your car may go into anti-stall. Don't panic if this happens, keep a cool head, clutch in, build up the RPM, and then release the clutch, just like the start procedure, to get underway again.
So again, getting a good start is down to the driver, as opposed to just nail the throttle, wait for the lights to go green, and then you go automatically. You can control when you actually start. So again, that's a great addition. So practice sessions basically is where you earn all your upgrade points. Now you can upgrade your car. So overall, all these new additions to the game make the game a hell of a lot more enjoyable. So again, the qualifying sessions, you've got short qualifying, you've got a single lap sprint, or you've got full 3 qualifying sessions where you go as it does in the F1 series itself. So again, everything is absolutely covered. So we're just going to back out of this and we'll go back to the main menu. And then we get onto how the car drives. So F1, the way the car handles, I'm going to guess if you base it against a proper F1 car, it's probably not going to have that much simulation value. Don't get me wrong by any means. The car is, I use my Thrustmaster wheel. I haven't tried it with a control pad, but I use my Thrustmaster wheel, and it is very, very enjoyable and easy to drive. I say easy to drive. You have to be very careful with traction control. I've got all the assists on, but I have got medium traction control on, because these cars are absolutely brutal with no traction control, and it's very difficult to be competitive at my skill level with the AI with no traction control. So I've got traction control on medium, and it's up to you guys. However, don't think you should go all assists off purely because it's super realistic and you always end up at the back of the field with nobody to race. If you ever have to have assists on, and it gives you a much better enjoyment and race, and you come away from the race going, yeah, that was really awesome. You know, stick some assists on. It doesn't matter. You don't have to go super realistic to have a good time and a good race. So yeah, the way the car handles, it's never going to be super simulation, but it is easy to drive and fun to drive, and makes the game more enjoyable. And for me, sometimes that's what a lot of sims focus on nowadays, is let's be super realistic with the simulation. Let's get all the suspension and geometry and tyre wear and absolutely everything super awesome, and you come to play the game and it's just like, it's a boring game. It's just driving a car. Yeah, the car feels great, but game wise it's really, really poor. And that's personally how I feel for Assetto Corsa. I know probably a lot of people like Assetto Corsa, and fair play to you if you get loads of enjoyment out of it, but for me, it's driving a car on my own around the track, and it bores the hell out of me. I've had races video and I haven't enjoyed it, and I'm slightly getting into an Assetto Corsa review without actually reviewing Assetto Corsa. But for me, F1 2016, from the overall job compared to last year's, which I know on PC had a lot of issues, I haven't had one issue at all on 2016 yet. I haven't had one problem. Opponent cars will have problems as well as you're racing around. They will crash, they will blow up. I've had seen cars with smoke billowing out the back. They will also get penalties as well. So it's the whole overall environment of the whole game is really, really good. The wet weather is tricky as fuck. I tried it. I went super hardcore on Monaco and tried it in like ultra wet conditions, and I got around 3 corners before I got wellied by somebody else in the rear end and ended my race. So yeah, wet weather is a whole new kettle of fish for it, opposed to racing in the dry. And it is a dynamic weather system, so it can start dry and be wet during the race as well, and you have to think of those things. And it's all these little bits that have added in that make the game itself a solid game for me. And I can't remember the last time I played an F1 game and had this much enjoyment out of it. I've done a few small races. I've done a 50% race on my first series, on my first championship. I've done a 100% race on my second one, which had an absolutely epic finish, and I have just enjoyed it so much. So if you're sitting on the fence and thinking, I'm not too sure about last year's F1 2015 game, is this year's going to be the same? This year's is a vast improvement on 2015, and for me personally, I think probably one of the best F1 games there is out there on the market. There we go. Just looking at the clock, I'm around about 20 minutes, so I won't let this review go any further. For me, it's a solid game. If you enjoy racing, you want something that's going to be challenging and also exciting and make you think while you're racing as well, I highly recommend you get this game. Again, I've played it on PC. I haven't tried it on Xbox or console, so I don't know what it's like on that. This is purely from PC and overall game feeling. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you've got any questions for anything I've missed, pop it in the comment section below. I will try and answer anything that I've missed out in this video. If you've enjoyed this, found this helpful, please hit the like button, because it just helps my channel grow. Share the videos. Little things like that help my channel grow, and then helps me to do more, and vice versa, and yada yada yada, all that jazz that everybody else goes on about. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you all soon.